Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. The next time you make a bank deposit, consider this. You might be doing business with a financial institution that exists today because the bank and or its predecessors' banks benefited from slavery economics. In 2005, J.P. Morgan Chase apologized for the involvement of two of its branches had in the slave trade. During the 19th century, Citizen Bank and Canal Bank in Louisiana, now part of J.P. Morgan, accepted slaves as collateral for loans to plantation owners in the South. Bank of America and Citibank are other banking organizations that have been cited for the historic ties to slavery. While both Truist, once known as BB&T, and SunTrust, and Wachovia, now known as Wells Fargo, before it was acquired by Wells Fargo in 2008, also have apologized for their involvement. Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 4. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Who's the rich? Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covers the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That rich is the wicked that is currently ruling. Who's the poor? Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 32. What shall one then answer? The messenger of the nation, that the Lord hath founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it. Now, here's an example of us becoming borrowers to the wicked lenders. Redlining. In the United States, redlining is a discriminatory practice in which services, financial and otherwise, are withheld from potential customers who reside in the neighborhoods classified as hazardous to investments, meaning black folks. These neighborhoods have significant numbers of racial and ethnic minorities and low-income residents. While the most well-known examples involve denial of credit and insurance, denial of health care, and the development of food deserts in minority neighborhoods have also been attributed to redlining in many instances. So in part, as a punished nation for our disobeying God's commandments, we must consider that we must return to the laws of God, which is our only source. In order for us to return back to our rightful place and rulership, we must repent as the Israelites. Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 5. Only if you carefully hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all these commandments, which I command thee this day. Verse 6. For the Lord thy God bless thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow. And thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee.